I've been getting emails from people who've bought this book asking for some instruction on how to use it and how to cover the basics of how to read music. A couple things that you'll probably want to get if you want to study this book and get the most out of it is a metronome, something like this. And I'll put a link in the description for this. These are about $10 on Amazon. There are other brands that work fine. These last fine. I've had a bunch of students use these and they've all worked just fine so far. What I like about them is they take these little lithium batteries that are a couple bucks each and they last a long time, and you can get those pretty readily at Target, Walmart, whatever. I'll put a link in the description. I usually buy these from Amazon as well, and I buy them more than one at a time because I go through a lot of them because I have a lot of equipment that uses these. One other thing you're going to want to have if you don't already have one is a tuner. This one's a Korg tuner. These aren't too expensive, maybe 15-20 bucks. I've got a Fender tuner floating around here somewhere that I like a lot too. It works well. I'll put links in the description for those as well. It's really important that you practice reading with your instrument in tune. Even if you're playing, let's say you're a bass player in a band that tunes down a half a step, if you're training yourself to read music, it's probably in your best interest to be tuned standard because this is going to train your ears as well. Alright, if you just ordered my 300 progressive sight reading exercises for bass guitar and you're new to reading music, I'm going to show you how I train my bass students using this book. So I'm going to open to page 15. I'm going to go to exercise 1. And underneath exercise 1, I'm going to put a number 3 and I'm going to circle it. Okay? And then I'm going to put a 3 above it, and that note is a C. We're in bass clef, that note is a C. This number in the circle means that's the string it's on. That's the fret number or finger number for now in first position. And then we're going to want to document where the next note is. This one here is the open second string, and that note is a D. And then there's one more note we're going to see on this page, which is going to be the E, and it's the second fret on the second string. Okay. Now normally these are finger numbers, but since we're working in first position, they are also going to be fret numbers. We're going to see one new note show up here on exercise 5. The note we're going to see that's new is the F right there. So the note we're going to see right there is an F. It's the third finger on the second string. So we're going to see the other notes, the C, the D, the E, and now this F on this page. When we go to page 17, exercise 9, we're going to see the open first string, and that's a G. And that's the only new note we're going to see on this page. All the other notes that we've learned so far, plus this G. We go to the next page, and the new note we're going to see now is the B, which is going to be your third string, second fret, and again it's a B. We go to exercise 17. We're going to see the A, which is going to be your open third string. Go to page 21, and we're going to see G, which is going to be your third fret on your fourth string. And that's all of the range that we're going to work with for quite some time. We're not going to see any new notes until we get to exercise 53, and we're going to start to see the range expand. Okay, so for this first introductory lesson, we're just kind of learning where these notes are that we're going to be using. Now, the way I train my students with this book is usually the first time we use it, I'll go through the first 4 exercises with them, and then the next time we'll review exercise 1 through 4, and then we'll go through 5 through 8. Then after that, I keep them kind of starting at the beginning, but instead of working down the page, we work across the book. So one day you might do exercises 1 5, 9, and 13. The next day you might do 2, 6, 10, and 14, and so on. So every 4 days or every 4 practices you'll have seen new material. So you won't have seen the same material for 4 days, so you don't get much of a chance to learn the material. You focus more on the reading of the music. Alright, now that deals with where the notes are. And that's usually what I focus on first with my students, is the location of the notes and acquiring the dexterity of their fingers to get them in the right places. But then after that, then we can start to talk about rhythm and counting. And there's a page on that in this book, on page 12. It talks about how to, or shows you how to count rhythms like whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes, and eighth notes. And that's all we're going to see for quite some time in this book. And I'm dealing with up to the first 52 exercises with this tutorial. So if we see a whole note, we're going to get 4 counts on that note. We play the note on 1, and then on 2, 3, and 4, the note continues to ring. We don't play it again, it continues to ring. If we see half notes on 1 and 3, the notes get played. We're counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't play the note twice. We play it once, let it ring for 2 counts, play the next note once, let it ring for 2 counts. With the quarter notes, it's 1 note per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. On every beat, you're going to get a note. But music doesn't just use just whole notes or half notes or quarter notes. It mixes them up. So the counting for exercise 1 here, it's made of only half notes and whole notes. So I'm going to point to the note, and we'd get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're counting to 4 because we're in 4/4 time. The upper number is what I'm going to have you focus on now. The bottom number means something too, but I'm going to focus more on the upper number. For the short term, that's going to tell you what you're counting to. There's more to time signatures than just that, but this is an introductory, beginning level lesson on how to read music and how to use this book.